on the biggest global things. Decline of America. And it's years late. But the decline had set in. They know it. Trade fight that done the United States. Don is everything. He's a satanic, they don't have satanic prophets. They don't have satanic. Don is directly commissioned by God to F up the world. You can't, it's not possible. It's not possible to hit all of those global, look at here. Trump confronts allies over excluding Russia and barriers to trade this last week when he's going to see Kim Jong-un. All the allies since World War II, y'all go to hell. I'm going to talk to Kim Jong-un, me and him as homeboys. And by the way, we want Russia to be back in, so it'll be the G8 instead of the G7. And y'all can kiss my behind. The Canadian Prime Minister says, hey, Trudeau says we just can't take it anymore, the man's out of it. Right?
Then he put the tariffs on China, and then said that if they retaliate, he gonna put more tariffs on them. I mean, like, what do you, it's like if somebody hits you upside your head, you know what I mean? It's like, if you hit me back, he's just
the white folks is so sad that he's supposed to like it. He helped to price everything, and it's too complicated for him. It doesn't make any difference. He effed it up. Great. That's what was approved. How are you going to bring the United States down that fast? How are you going to destroy its global, it's not only the Iran deal, how are you going to take Iran, they didn't build them up as the most hated, it was all the 911 people was from Saudi Arabia, either 13 or 15, how many of them, everybody was from Saudi Arabia. But the courts gave Iranian money away. Said it don't make no sense. But that's how brainwashed the people and ignorant they become. Guess what? How was you going to get all of the G6 plus one, all against the United States? You couldn't. Putin couldn't do it, the reverse CIA, the Chinese intelligence network working with Japanese and the Poles, they couldn't all do it together. They had to do it themselves, you know. Anyway, that's what we had today. All of this stuff, I was looking for something that dear Abe had said, Abraham Lincoln, but we don't need it. Just a few more things. Opiate maker, he acknowledged a wide abuse. Opiate maker, drug maker, he early acknowledged the opiate abuse. And everybody gets to walk away free. And they're targeted eventually. Before they all did, these white men gonna wake up. U.S. expands its role in Yemen, fighting. Okay, they're trying to get the airport over there, but in the long run, what they're trying to do in Syria, they know they've made a mistake, and they're trying to raise the cost for Iran. That's what the last 2 years about was for us in Oakland. It was a mixture of surrender and trying to raise the cost for the victory. Yeah, you know, like they kill all the people to make you pay a high price. They had given Iran that regional victory. By the way, we're going to straighten out the Iranians also. But let's be clear. It's the Iranian Foreign Ministry. We're in 1,000% of al-Faqih. But our brothers have left us here in the United States, and they've done a good job of doing what the white man told them: stay away from us. And they're the best diplomats probably in the world, and the best negotiators, but they've abandoned the mission here. Since they've abandoned the mission here, our mission starts here. Now I want to sound a little off to say, what is our real goal in all of this? What has been our goal? It's all been evolutionary. Now, personally, I had to go through all of that as a final, you know, like not test, but when Allah wants something for you, He trains you for it. So out of this, we become instructional, historical propaganda, education material. We're going to go do this over and over, a minimum of 5 years, with a high quality propaganda apparatus. Because for the next stage, responsible leadership, Islamic leadership, in the era of global evolution, we don't have it. We have it in the Islamic Republic. We have the Rahbar, and we have all those wonderful people that support. But outside the foreign ministry is controlling things. So when they send people, you gotta remember, I had to be in on everything, all over the world. I had to be sent to Sri Lanka. I had to be sent here. I had to be. Allah arranged it. They thought they was screwing me up by sending me places and trying to undermine me. No. I had to see everything with my own eyes, exactly how it was operating. So, Iran is moving into a global position anyway, and they accelerated it. The defaults and the defects that the West and Saudi Arabia and Israelis can send out are really nothing compared to where they're headed. They're being blasted away just like we are to another orbit. We have our own orbit here. Well, what is our orbit going to contain? Okay, remember when we talk about choose your own destiny? Okay. You choose your role models, who you want to be like, and that. Well, at one time we chose Al Capone and we did pretty good. I mean, when you look at it, it wasn't that bad. And it was a socialistic, helping black people. We had the biggest business. Martin Luther King in 1968 went to Chicago for economic to help, right? We did it in Oakland and no publicity. We did that already. That's what we did in Oakland. They tell you it was a drug dealer. No, it was more business than anything. First time 18, 19, 22, 24-year-old blacks was managing and controlling businesses. And East Oakland was a mecca. It was drawing money into it. It wasn't devouring it and wasting it. Whatever we was doing, we drew money from the whole region into East Oakland. That's why it became so big. So then, if we wanted to be a Malcolm type, Well, that's what we've been doing. But it's been 15 years old. 15 years, we've been way beyond Malcolm all the time. We started off beyond Malcolm because we was where he was when we started. But you can't say that in those days, right? So we had to go along, get along, and develop. Now, we're at a stage where, guess what? There's no ideologue for this time. So, that's what we want to be. So we say we use the word self-selected Islamic ideologue for early and mid-21st century. Let me say it again. Everybody can choose their own stuff. It's what I choose for myself. Ideologue for the early and mid-21st century. Now, if we make it to next week, it'll be great, but we don't know, but we're just saying, I believe that I might make it another 30 years, that we'll be 103, and I'll retire at 100. This is my plan. But now, technically, for me personally, it doesn't make any difference at all. I don't want to be, nor do I need to be more fulfilled or more happy or more convinced. All of this stuff that happened in Oakland and it happened here, this don't mean nothing to hardly nobody. But it means this was a world goal that we had to bring China and Japan together. We said it. We were clear about it. There are people here who are very clear. We talked about it 10 times easy. And here it is. To everybody, that's just a headline. It ain't no headline. That's a reality that boxes in the white man. His butt is cooked. He can't do nothing about it. He done forced China and Japan, number one and number two, together. They wasn't gonna do it on their own. All of the Middle East is handed over to Iran, Syria, strategic alliance, all of that, they did it. They created the environment. The invasion of Europe by millions of refugees. They did it systematically. They did it. They did it like this is our plan, right? First, there has to be a staging area. There is no staging area where anybody can stage from the Middle East. Well, let's get rid of Gaddafi. That seems like that was the scheme. It was Allah's plan. But they make it look like they sat down at the UN in the basement and hooked us up. We'll get rid of Gaddafi. Right? Destabilize Libya. Finish creating more Daesh and have them cause all trouble in Iraq and Syria. And they had Syria rolled off. Syria's all done for. It ain't done for. And it brought Hezbollah, it brought the Iranians in. And millions of people run off from Syria. Where do they go? They go to Libya. They get on rickety boats, and millions of them have flooded into Europe. They created their own problem, right? They created that. That's 100%, and they never say openly. They say, man, we messed up on that bad. Okay, we're forecasting all of this. A step by step, this is going to happen. That's where belief in Allah comes in. I'm telling you straight up, I had no idea how all of this was going to happen. But I have been absolutely right every time, right? Something's going on. Niggas can't be lucky for 45 years all the time. And he called this has just started. We have videos, this stuff has been going on all the time. These last episodes had to solidify, they had to happen. Why? So we would move to the level that we need an ideologue for this period. And that's what we're going to do. There's no Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui. Okay, we've studied all the ideologues. Hassan al-Banna, Sayyid Qutb, Imam Khomeini, we studied them all. Okay? Other people study people to Google at Google. To me, I studied the great people to say if they can do it, I can do it. They say, Imam Khomeini is, hey man, as big as you get for me, but I figure, well, if he can do it, I can do it. If he can do it in Iran, I can do it in America. That's the way I've always looked at it. I just never said it. And guess what? It's true. If we sit there talking about design your own future, live your dreams, right? Somewhere over the rainbow, Star Trek them. How many times do we have to Star Trek them? Go beyond where we meant to go. You know, we said we was going to go. How many times do we have to do that to say, okay, CARE won't do it, ISTA won't do it, ICNA won't do it. The Iranian Foreign Ministry is inviting punks and cowards. Do you know that they have been inviting the national Negro to Iran for years, trying to make him, one of my friends, a big movie maker, I've been trying to explain to him the al-Faqih. I said, look, they